Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. It is Sunday today, I imagine. So thumbs up for that. Hopefully your weekend has been going well. Depending where you are in the world, it could well be Monday already. So thumbs up. I mean, I'm toward the tail end of the day, real close to the day starts here, and Shelton's like here, so there you go. By the time our day starts, most of the world has had the day. Yay! But past that, hopefully, again, hopefully all is well. I actually slept moderately well. I mean, it was late getting to bed. It was around midnight-ish before I was finally, lights turned off and trying to fall asleep. So it was late. Yay on that. But I slept, and that was good. I'm having far fewer issues with my legs, but then I take potassium and multivitamins, and I have my bed made and with fans blowing across my legs that are uncovered. So now that I'm not having the issues that caused me to do all those things, that means those things are working, not, oh, I don't need them. Because, I get rid of those things, and then all of a sudden I get all those issues are back. Yay. Possibly. I mean, I don't know. Thumbs up. Such is life, though. There are a couple things I wanted to talk about, not a whole lot of really deep stuff, but, that's okay. One of them is I still do creative stuff. I've been talking and thinking about that, and I do have the channel that's the Creative Disturbing, where I'm putting things, but not all of my stuff is hopefully going to be disturbing. I just have, as I've said, I have creative urges, but I don't know how to express them in normal ways beyond like writing or things that are based around the things that I think of in that fashion, and I don't express my creativity in a normal fashion. And no, largely I do. I mean, I'm a human being. I'm going to be doing things that human beings do. But there's also, I do have creative urges that I don't want to express just like everyone else. I want to be individual in my creative expression, and so they're odd little things. Some of them very disturbing, some of them not disturbing and all light, fluffy, and happy. And that's a good thing. It's just I'm sorry about that. I got a lot of congestion this morning. I was smoking cannabis for pain control, and the air is filled with stuff, and I haven't taken anything for allergies, so sorry about the extra clog up this morning. Now I'll take all those things in a bit. But I just wanted to mention that because I do have another story idea that all of these story ideas, every single one of them fits within the framework of the Cosmic Order framework. That's one of the reasons I'm doing this. It's a mental exercise to try and make a framework that fits every type of story that you can think of. And so that's one of the mental exercises, and one of the things is I had an idea for a story, and I'm quite sure I've mentioned this before, but it's an odd-ish kind of story where this individual who cannot remember anything really, just basic memories past that moment they wake up, but no individualized and what I did before with my life sort of thing. You wake up and you know how to walk and put on clothing, you talk, language, concepts, but so if you find someone, you can go, hey, what's going on? You're not a newborn babe, but anything that would be like, what I did, what my life was, who I am, that stuff is gone. That person wakes up that way. They're not quite sure how they got there, what's going on and all this. And the world is the kind of world that would be in a video game or a tabletop role-playing type game, in that there's just enough details to make stuff believable, and characters, minor characters are just, they're not important in a story, are they? They're just background dressing. And in this story, he comes across people that are Well, there's an inn where the people inside are always at these tables, and they're always singing, and they're always drinking, and if you watch them, they're on a loop. They're alive, but their lives are that. If you watch, it's just them sitting in the corner, and 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that's what they do. They have no lives or being past that. But you find out later in the story that just because they're that, they're still alive in their own way, because they realize that as a party that happens later in the story, that their presence is interrupting the loop. They can't loop properly because there is stuff that is interrupting the loop that shouldn't happen, and they're feeling distress. You can tell their eyes are darting. They're trying to fit what's being said to what's happening, and there is nothing to base that on. They're in a loop and they can't loop properly, and it's causing them distress. So they realize this and they move out of the inn at that point, because it's just hurting the people that are there, that are only in loops. They don't really exist, but they still feel. The main character keeps coming across various individuals that, again, it becomes a party type thing. But there's people that once he's around, they realize there's more, so they are actually able to break out of loops. They're the major NPCs. They have personalities that would be written up in a tabletop role-playing game module. There's more to them. They may be more simple than a real person, but put them into our world and teach them what our world is, and they would fit in better than a lot of people who are native to our world and our reality. So that part is not an issue. And so they're sticking around and being with them, trying to figure out what's going on. Because there's stuff going on, and now that they know there's more to the world than what they had, they can't just stay with those that can't engage in conversation, that are just looped. If nothing else, their lives have been ruined by the introduction of the PC, because now they can't go back to what they were doing. Because there's nothing at all enriching about their life now that they know that they don't have to be in just the loop. And they end up with other characters that are hardly more than those looped NPCs. Like a person that would be, they discover them like one of those people in an inn, a tavern dancer. It's in a large enough city, and there's enough people and enough things that you can support yourself by being a dancer. And this person is hardly more than that. But they also realize through just seeing these others that there is more, and they break their loop just enough, but they're hardly more than just a dancer. Except you'll find that a lot of these individuals, this person is also an excellent blacksmith. But they're an excellent blacksmith when they're more able to just relax and physically be in their dance loop. And so they dance. And they're damn good blacksmiths as they do it. So it's an odd sort of conversation, an odd sort of party, an odd sort of quest, really odd world, and yeah, it all fits into the framework, and that's really, really cool. Especially since they discover, the main player character actually breaks through the surface of a rock. And there's nothing on the inside of that, because there's no need for that sort of detail, because there would never have come across that situation until the main character does it. and they find the void behind stuff like that. So I need to find out and practice and actually do the story, but yeah, it fits into the framework, so thumbs up on that. And I talked yesterday about how, there's nothing we do leaves an impact on the world physically. I mean, think about how, we know people, we know names like Louis Pasteur and pasteurization. Yeah, I know the name and I know the process, but what else do I know about the man? I know nothing about what kind of man he was. I don't know his habits, hobbies. I don't know what he acted like. I don't know if he liked cats or dogs. Yeah, he has got immortality through the process, but it's just a name and a process to me. Like Pythagoras' theorem. We know what the theorem is. It's drilled into our heads. We know that it was a guy that, invented it. Can you name anything past his name and the theorem? Oh, sure, maybe he was Greek? Question mark? Anything past that? Anything? Is that actual immortality with a mark left on the world? At the same time, I said, it's like there's all these things that make it so why try to do this and write it. No, I'm still writing. I am a writer. I have creative urges to write. I'm going to be still writing. It doesn't matter if I write for me. It doesn't matter if I write just to put up on, like a blog spot page or anything else. And I'm going to. Because I want to. I have those creative urges. I spent most of my life writing. I still think of all this stuff with the cosmic horror framework and all this as a writing framework. So there's no fear. I'm going to be writing, and if I happen to make any sort of money with my writing, then that's awesome as well. There's no guarantees, and who knows, maybe I'll just express my writing creativity only through making videos about the stories that I write. Anything is good. Anything is fine. Creating just for yourself is okay. Sometimes it can get a little out of hand, but even at that, it's just still creating for yourself is okay. The reason I say that, and I gotta check my time over there was a couple decades back a guy who was born, I can't remember his name or the stuff, but he's got an actual museum display made about him. During his life, he was consumed by some sort of religious idea. I can't remember the full details, but he wrote books in a secret language, and he made artifacts, and these things have been kept as museum artifacts of art and stuff that people do because he never told anybody he was doing this. He just did it. And sure, he was driven beyond creativity. It was a religious thing for him. Literally tied into, trying to do things for God, to bring God, etc., etc. But he didn't tell anybody. And he did all these things. And now, if you're not driven by something like an illness or an obsession, if you just have creativity, it's fine to be that person. To create incredible things that maybe never get put out into the world. 1% maybe of our populace ever makes such a mark on the world that a name is known beyond when you perish. And that's fine. I mean, most of us are just we're the nameless, we're faceless, we're the unwashed masses. And that's fine. That's what most of us have been through history. That's what will continue to be no matter what sort of civilization, if any, or human life there remains in the future. The systems will change, but the fact that you won't really leave anything behind won't. That's just the way things are. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's life. We live in a physical universe where everything has a beginning, middle, and an end. Our lives start, are great, and then fade, and then we're gone. Our civilizations do the same. Our existence on this planet is going to do the same. Our existence of the planet itself is going to change. It took 2 billion years for multicellular life of a form that could continue to exist multicellular to exist on our planet. Since then, we have had more time pass. 4/5 of the lifespan of our planet is now gone. What does anything matter? Aside from, of course, also stated, the one big thing that we do that makes any sort of impact on the world is our relationships with others and how we are seen. Your life impacts a lot of people, things that you don't even know or would understand. All of our lives affect each other, and because of that, everything we do is important. Everything we do makes a mark. It will fade in time. Everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's okay. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people, or however many people left a comment. You know, a lot these days, I don't even get 20 comments. So however many people, thumbs up, thank you. Each comment is appreciated. Thumbs up for that. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And I also count as a range, also because of my memory. As stated earlier, I have to partake of cannabis products for pain and mobility, and I partook this morning, so it does affect your memory process. But we have Rob, thumbs up and thank you. Thomas June, I sure hope I'm pronouncing that properly. I bet I'm not, but thank you very much. Confused Owl 29, always good to see you in the comments, and I am so sorry that you have had just like too much heat. That is awful. Seamus Williams, thumbs up. Liz Fizz, greatly appreciated. NOXAJJ, do not know how to pronounce it, but thank you very, very much. The Black Supra, greatly appreciated. Henry Gomes, thumbs up, thank you. We have Dweller Boy, greatly appreciated. Ricky Bettini, what's up? The sky, not much, but thank you very much and good to see you in the comments. And Baki Retsu, thumbs up and thank you. I see things that nobody else sees, which can be good and bad. Thumbs up and thank you. Hunter, greatly appreciated. John Beaker, greatly appreciated. Batman, big fan. Thumbs up and thank you. DVR03, thumbs up and good to see you. Peter de Hollander, thumbs up and thank you much. Kushbu Pal, thumbs up. And then we have Luv Karomi, I sure hope I'm close, greatly appreciated. Fran Flux, thumbs up. Jacob J, greatly appreciated. Christopher Thomas, thumbs up and thank you. And that is it. 22 people, greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people. A very, very good thing. If you could check out my various links down below, I do have Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out financially without sending money through the patronage, I have the PayPal link down below. If you'd like to help me out without sending money at all, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well. That would be cool if you could check it out. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very, very much. And if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be cool and greatly appreciated. Well, hokey smokes, I'm actually feeling pretty good today, and yet I still feel pretty tired. But then, after being married to my wife and watching her die in front of my eyes and sleeping maybe an hour a night, I have a very, very huge sleep deficit that I'm never going to be able to burn off. Yay! Anyway though, please stay as safe as you can, especially with the Delta variant out there. continuing to mutate and get worse, and continuing to make our vaccines less effective through time. Yay. So if you have to go out, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, wear a mask, practice your social distancing, get vaxxed if you can, and just be safe as you can. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing.